Hi, my name's Angie. I'm one of the nurses at North York General in the pre-op clinic. Today we're going to talk to you a little bit about pain control, infection prevention, a little bit about post-op exercises to help prevent complications after your operation. With decreased activity, circulation will slow down, so it's important to do these exercises to help prevent pooling of blood in the legs and lung congestion. Every hour after surgery, when you're awake, you'll be asked to take some deep breaths. In through your nose, and hold 1 to 2 seconds, and exhale through your mouth. This will help exercise the lungs. As we exercise our bodies, we need to exercise our lungs after surgery to help prevent lung congestion. You will be asked to do this every hour, 5 to 10 times. You may have a gadget. This is called an incentive spirometer. The correct way to use an incentive spirometer is to hold the tube in your mouth and inhale and exhale. You can do this 5 to 10 times an hour. The goal is to increase the volume of your lungs and help expand the lungs to help prevent lung congestion. Coughing is another important part of this to help prevent lung congestion. After each deep breath, you can cough forcefully from your abdomen. This will help keep the lungs clear. You can do this as well every hour after surgery when you've completed your deep breathing exercises. Another exercise that you can do to help prevent pooling of blood in the legs is calf pumping exercises. Simply straighten your leg, point, and flex. You can do this 5 times every hour while you're awake. This is going to help keep the blood from pooling in your legs and thus help prevent blood clots. These exercises can be done without your physiotherapist. If you have any questions about the exercises, please talk to your nurse or your physiotherapist. Good pain control is important for a successful recovery. A pain scale helps us make decisions on how to relieve your pain. You'll be asked by the staff to rate your pain using a number scale between 0, which is no pain, and 10, which is the worst pain that you've ever had. Our goal is to keep you between 0 and 4. Your nurse will be monitoring you for the first 12 hours every hour after your operation to monitor your pain control and any side effects that you have. One of the methods that we use is oral medication. Oral medications may be offered to you the same day of your operation. Medications work differently in each person. So if your pain is not being controlled, if you still have pain, please let the team know as we can make changes to your medications to help to control your pain. Another method of pain control that we use is called the PCA. That stands for Patient Controlled Analgesia. You'll be offered a button that looks like a nurse's call bell. You'll be asked to press the button only when you feel pain. When you feel pain, you press the button, and instantly you're going to get some intravenous medication. You are the best person to help determine how much pain control you need. It is important that you press the button. Please ask your family members not to press the button or the nurse to press the button. You will be asked to purchase a special soap. This soap can be purchased downstairs in our pharmacy on the ground floor. This soap is an antibacterial wash that's called chlorhexidine. Downstairs it can be bought in 2 forms, One of them is a liquid form. The purchase price is $20 for the liquid. Another form that we have downstairs in our pharmacy is a sponge. The sponges are a little bit easier because they're a single-use sponge. You use it once and you throw it out. These sponges are $3 downstairs in the pharmacy, and we want you to purchase 4. We ask that you clean your body from the neck down 3 days prior to surgery and the morning of your operation. The last wash you will do is the morning of your surgery, from the neck down. Please do not wash your face or your eyes with the soap. Please do not use the chlorhexidine soap if you are allergic to it. If you have sensitive skin, you can test a piece out on your skin to see if you have any reaction. If you have a reaction, please do not use it and contact the patient navigator. In order to help prevent the spread of infection, we will ask you to purchase a small hand sanitizer, and please bring it with you the day of the operation. You'll be asked to use it frequently while you're here. Resistant organisms are spread through contact and surfaces. Wash your hands frequently with this. You don't need a lot of it, just a quarter size in your palm of your hand. Scrub your hands in between your fingers, on the palms of your hands, your wrists, until it's dry. Please don't wipe it off because this is going to defeat the purpose of using this. This is going to help prevent the spread of organisms while you're in the hospital. Please do not have any dental work 1 month prior to your surgery, as this may result in cancellation of your operation. Please wait 3 months after surgery for any dental work. If you need an emergency dental appointment, please contact your dentist and notify your surgeon as soon as possible. Please do not have any injections into the joint 3 to 6 months prior to your surgery. Please do not have any pedicures or manicures 1 week prior to your surgery. Also, we do not want you to do any hair removal in the operative area 1 week prior to surgery. This will help prevent infection.